Hey everybody, it's Red, and welcome back to Sunrider Liberation Day: The Return chapter. Alright, then last we left off, we killed Alice again, and this time on Sola's side of things. And I've gone ahead and skipped through the graveyard scene and it's not going to be as impactful the second time around, and plus, I probably should have skipped the majority of the battle, and I'll do that for Ava and Asaga both, but there's not much point in reading through it again. As exciting as it is, it's already done it once. No point in doing it a second time or a third or fourth. Anyway, moving on towards where I assume our encounter with Sola here is going to get started. So, the sun set over Sarah National Park. The Liberation Day celebration just ended. It was a grand affair where Admiral Gray took to the stage to commend the fighting spirit of Sarah's only surviving assault carrier and presented a Cato's shield to the Ferelden Cross. There were parades, a full orchestra, as well as enough Alliance and Pact dignitaries to last a lifetime. In reality, Cato's shields did not care too much about receiving honors or trying to find influence by befriending powerful Alliance figures. Instead, his only thoughts were about dad-ass. Dad-ass. It's below the screen. Alas, the clamor of parties ill suits me. You always, it's part of our charm. Sola awkwardly hid out of sight behind a tree. Hid out of sight behind a tree, far away from the den of the cred. I know that's probably much more dignified than it's making it sound, because in my mind, when it says hiding behind a tree, I'm thinking like she's peeking at around it, when in reality, she's probably just doing this with her back up against it or something, you know? Not just peeking out. Ugh. Despite the old universe being destroyed, Sola and S.H.I.E.L.D.'s feelings for each other remained. Blech. There was still much S.H.I.E.L.D. had not yet discovered about Sola's past. He still had none of the specifics of how she'd come to become Shar, how she had become Shar, or how she had been flung from time 2,000 years into the future. In fact, so much of the girl he now liked was shrouded in mystery. It's a part of her appeal, yes. There you are. I remember attending many similar functions in my timeline. They were thoroughly exhausting events where men and women alike maneuvered to manipulate me. A single wrong word could well mean my death. By the end, I was more drained after a social gathering than I would have been if I'd fought 1,000 of my uncle's ships. I wish I could say that things have changed, but... well, they're not gonna kill you for just... no. I don't know. S.H.I.E.L.D.'s leaning against the tree, joining Sola in her hiding spot. In any matter, drawing attention to myself here would only cause complications for you, so I shall refrain from taking actions which may expose my true identity to the Alliance. Alright. Honestly, I beat a hasty exit as soon as I could, too. I hate to waste an evening at the park with a bunch of cruddy politicians and reporters when I have you to spend it with. Aw. Must you always keep speaking such outrageous words? I've always dreamed of coming back here. When I was a child, I went to this park with my family almost every weekend. We'd all sit over there, my dad would grill meat in the barbecue while I ran around with my sister, our dog chasing after us. S.H.I.E.L.D. held back tears which began to form in his eyes. Even though that's now a thing of the past, being here with you feels almost the same, Sola. Yes, perhaps humans are not meant to be alone. No, we're not. We're very social creatures. Being alone can be extraordinarily detrimental to a human being's psychological health. While the silence it brings has its own merits, sometimes it hurts to bear your troubles by your lonesome. Sola stood silently. That could have just been replaced with Sola was Sola. S.H.I.E.L.D. knew that she was in deeper reminiscence. No doubt her story was a long and complicated one which had caused her unspeakable grief. He knew that he may never fully heal the scars of Sola's past, but he still felt compelled to stand by her and help lift the burden she carried. Sola, you're not going to be alone here anymore, because from now on I'll always be with you. Is that the truth? Yes. Captain, you mustn't make promises you cannot keep. Misfortune has always been my shadow. No doubt many more sorrows await me. Sola's lips trembled. Are you truly prepared to face what may come? Sola. S.H.I.E.L.D. lifted her chin with his finger and sealed his promise with a kiss. You are a troublesome man. Yeah, to To pluck a flower off a virgin's lips so casually. Okay, what's that now? That's some salacious speaking on there. Pretty sure to pluck a flower off a virgin's lips so casually. Okay. Shields put his arm around her. Look, we've liberated Sarah and beat back Pact. What else could possibly happen? Captain, please refrain from jinxing the happy ending. I truly cannot live with an uncouth man like you. I fear my sensibilities will be torn asunder in a matter of days. Sorry, Sola, I promise I'll behave from here on. A true gentleman, I swear. Sola buried herself into his chest. But it is that bold side which I like the best about you, my captain. As expected, I am truly in love with you. There's no helping it. She closed her eyes as Shields stroked her soft hair. Yeah. Shields felt as if he had gained something very valuable, a precious treasure which he now needed to protect with all his life. And if I had the Apache installed to fuck, and fuck hard, no matter what happened, he would make sure the tragedies of Sola's past never repeated themselves. He swore with all his heart. Night fell and the two of them returned to their hotel. Well, here we are. Shields leaned down and gave a goodbye kiss to Sola. Fault. Well then, I'll see you tomorrow? Sola hung onto the cuff of Shields' sleeve. I'd rather see you tonight, Captain. Yeah. Comfy bed. I'd like that. Mine's shit. Mattress is nice, but I mean, I don't have that set up. It's just a mattress and a couple of springboards. Sola leaned against Shields' door, her body trembling with apprehension. To calm her down, Shields wrapped his arms around her neck and locked their mouths together. Arms around her, not her neck. Choke a bitch. Their tongues gently glided against each other. At first, Sola hardly moved her tongue at all, but Shields gradually coasted from her mouth. As their mouths pressed together, Shields was overwhelmed with Sola's bittersweet taste. The aftertaste of distant sadness lingered in his mouth. Determined to wipe away her sorrows welled up in him, the determination, making him run his arms into her back and touch her all over, showering her with affection. We also call that groping. In the end, Shields knew nothing of what Sola was talking about. Her past was shrouded in mystery, and her future was still uncertain. Shields had believed that her suffering had ended, that she had escaped her life of being a pawn when she escaped her timeline. Little did he know how wrong he was. Even in his timeline, a dark future awaited her. Ryovia was only big enough for a single Shar. Sola would once again become a political tool in her new deadly game. Oh no. Is there gonna be some bullshit where because she can awaken too, there's gonna be a power struggle between her and Asaga? Maybe not Asaga directly conflicting innately, but rather maybe other people who don't like Asaga or maybe have beef with the royal family trying to use her as a puppet against Asaga's bloodline? Drama. In the end, she was an existence which broke the natural order of the galaxy, and one day, she would be confronted with the ultimate decision. But that day was not today. Not today, because today, for the first time in her life, Sola felt happiness swell through her body. Even though she knew her happiness would be fleeting, and accepted in her heart that her ending would be a bittersweet at best. She was glad to have been loved by Kato Shields. 1 month later. This is probably going to end up being the same shtick as before. I'm going to go through it. If any of it is new, I'll add it in. If not, I'll just go ahead and end the episode here. And next time we pick up, we'll be going through the route where I have Asaga kill Chigara. I said I was going to do it. I'm morbidly curious, and it's still going to happen. So looking forward to that. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed recording it, and I will see you in the next episode, assuming nothing comes after this.